Do you have any current goals, professional or personal?
Personal, to continue just growing. Um, Professional, to continue to excel, but also just continue to figure out work-life balance, because you can excel and you can get all of these accolades in work or in school, whatever, and never have the time to really appreciate them and embrace it. I want to work on my spirituality more.
Spirituality, not religion.
No, spirituality.
Explain that real quick.
I mean, for me, spiritual, I don't like religion. I look at it as like a construct of, like, there's this head person, and, there's like all these rules that apply. Spirituality, I think, is more for me, becoming just more in tune with my inner self.
Self peace, maybe? No?
Peace, figuring out, like,
Understanding?
yeah, or even just like what the brain can do, what your body can do when you sit still and you just like relax and chill, like, and allow your body to work and be guided by, your intuition. Like, we all have it, and we ignore it,
Yeah.
and the answers are there all the time, but you just have to sit still with it.
It's interesting. Very interesting. How important is exercise in health?
I mean, I think it's extremely important. One thing that I've learned during COVID, because I wasn't moving around as much. Like, I'm a walker. I like to walk. Like I said, I like dancing as well. All of that kind of wasn't the same anymore. And being home and not moving my body as often, I felt sick because I wasn't able to move my body around.
Okay, so do you go to a gym or anything?
No.
So what do you do? I was ready to hear. Yeah, and I do Pilates.
Yeah, no, I don't do anything. I mean, what I do now is just like, I'm happy to be able to go back into the office, so I try to walk. I walk from where I live at to my office, and I do it like.
So that's your physical activity.
That's my physical activity for the day. Yeah.
As long as you're moving.
Yeah.
Can you share a moment in your life when you were truly happy, even for just a moment?
I think that there's been many great things that have happened to me in my life, and I can honestly share that I've never been able to embrace it.
You haven't been able to take the time to appreciate the good moment that you had?
No, not in the moment, no.
So you've never had I've had situations, let's say I'm walking in a park. For whatever reason, the wind might hit good, the temperature hits right, whatever I'm listening to is perfect. You breathe like, holy shit, there's nothing right now bothering me. You don't get to enjoy those moments?
I'm trying to enjoy them now because I'm trying to remain present. Like, I am trying to just be like the here, the now, and that's it. When you are someone like me who your mind is constantly going, it's like that moment comes, and then I'm like, all right, on to the next.
It's crazy that you explained it that way, because the initial question is, have you ever had a moment of happiness, like where there's nothing before and nothing after that's gonna fuck with you? It's just that whole, and you just explained it. You don't. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I hope you find a moment.
I mean, I'm sure that there was one, but it went so fast that.
I hope you get to hold on to it.
Yeah.
All right. Can you share a traumatic moment in your life, how you felt, and what you learned from that experience?
Traumatic moment. I've had multiple traumatic moments, but one that I can highlight, which is also what I talked about in the project that I'm a part of, She Heals, which is a collaborative book with 12.
That's the book you got?
Yes.
Okay.
We talk about so.
Tell me about your book real quick.
So the book is a collaborative project with 12 women. We all came together to talk about just our healing journeys. And Isabel Rojas, who is the visionary, I guess, behind She Heals, and is starting a movement with healing decided to bring us all together. Most of the women in the book, we all know each other. We all grew up together. And what I focused on in my chapter was trauma. And I spoke about unwanted pregnancy at the age of 16 and having to go through a termination and what the impact that had on me, even becoming a mother later in life, and the fears because of that one situation.
Hadn't been through that, now you're going to give birth to somebody. So what you said before, you learned from all your experiences. What did you pull from that?
What I pulled from that was that in order for me to have healed from the trauma that I experienced back then, I needed to become a mother now, because how I was going to work through that trauma and that healing was with actually having the child. And all of the worries that I had, whether I'm going to be a good mom, right? All of the things that we spoke about is exactly what I'm experiencing now. So the only way that I could heal is like by going through the actual flow of it.
Okay. How important is mental health in speaking to a therapist? Have you ever spoken to someone?
Yes, I'm actively engaged in therapy. I've been in therapy. I'm a social worker, so mental health is very big in my profession. I was also a family therapist, so I am an advocate. I am a believer in therapy, not only providing therapy for others, but also being a part of that process. So yes, I have a therapist. Mental health, I think, we need to stop the stigma on mental health. I think that everybody can benefit from a therapist.
Yeah, for sure.
I think people need to be encouraged more to go into therapy, and I'm always just gonna
promote that, push that.
I'm gonna push that agenda.
I do too. It's very important. A lot of people need to speak to somebody, especially don't speak to your friends.
Yeah.
Don't speak to your coworkers. Coworkers don't care at all what's going on in your life, and friends are gonna tell you what you want to hear. An unbiased opinion is very important.
And also, I think just somebody who is professionally trained in that area to allow you to even like make the connections, right? So you can talk to a friend, you can talk to colleagues, all of that, and sometimes you can find comfort in doing that. But I don't think if they're not in the profession, or if they don't have the insight or the wisdom, they're never gonna really be able to help you connect the dots, right? As to, okay, you might be acting this way because this is what happened, right? And then that what happened triggers you to then react, right? And there's just a whole connection there that
a regular person wouldn't be able to put together.
No.
Okay. What do you hope the future has for you, let's say 20 years from now?
That I am healthy, that I am financially stable, that I can be able to extend some generational wealth for my child when I'm no longer around for him, and to really just live a peaceful and happy life.
Do you believe in God? If yes, who or what do you think it is?
I believe in energy and universe, and I believe there's a higher power, but I can't say that that's like it's a physical form.
What are your thoughts on the LGBTQ community? Have you ever had any experience with the opposite sex or any variation of human?
Love always wins. I am an advocate as well for the LGBTQ community. No, I've never engaged in same.
And I don't mean
sex.
I don't mean when I say engaged. Everybody always assumes I mean like have relations.
No. I mean I mean
just like do you have a friend that you're
Yes, one
with?
of my mentees is a young gay man. I met him when he was 16. He is now, oh my God, he's like 32, 33. Been in his life for a good amount of time. Have learned a lot about the community through his story and being with him and seeing that path. I used to dance for a transgender woman. So I've been integrated into the community and I think pretty solid.
Okay.
But love wins.
Love wins. I like that. You're just full of shirts. It's all quotes. Walk in your power. Love wins. Let's get it popping. Do you believe in aliens?
I do.
Okay. Any encounters?
I feel like I have been abducted, and I also feel several times, and I feel that my son is a product of an alien.
Wow. That's the best answer I've heard so far out of the thousands of questions I've had asked. That's hilarious. Okay. They have to be among us, right? I tell people all the time, go to Times Square, not now, but let's say 2 years ago on a Saturday. You walk Times Square, you assume they're from another country because you don't understand what language they are speaking. That could be a freaking alien.
I mean, I think that
They're
they exist. Like I said, I'm not joking when I say like I
Your
feel
baby
like
father's an alien? That's a dope T-shirt. My baby father's an alien.
that I've been abducted. I've had really just strange, and if it wasn't an alien, definitely a ghost or something. But I believe they're there. Like, why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they be, right? That's a perfect. Why wouldn't they be?
Why wouldn't they be?
Wow. I like your answers. What's your favorite genre of music, artist, and why?
Hip hop and R&B, free Britney bitches, and I also love Afro beats and reggae.
Okay, so any specific artist that you look towards, like, mostly?
I think growing up, when I say hip hop and R&B, like I'm, from the Keith Sweat era. I'm from like the Mary J. Blige era.
Perfect answer.
Yeah, I just love hip hop, like R&B, and just R&B. Like it just puts me in all different moods.
So that 411 album must have been a perfect combination.
Yeah. I mean, I was married back then.
Who wasn't?
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass man, but you couldn't tell me I wasn't singing her song.
And I think Afro beats more so now, and I fell in love with Afro beats when I was in Nigeria because it was just a different sound of music. I think it's become more commercialized and popular now.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't then. This
But
was like 10 years ago.
But you kind of want it, because if you enjoyed it that much, you want this side of the world to hear it
right,
too.
no, and I'm so
unfortunately,
happy.
it has to be commercial, but
right, I'm so happy though that finally I'm like, oh, okay, crossed over and made his way.
This is what I've been telling you people about.
I've been talking about it, for so long. And reggae, because I grew up with a Jamaican stepfather,
yeah.
So it's like that culture is like embedded in me. I used to be the Puerto Rican girl up in Mount Vernon in the schoolyards, like killing the reggae, and they confused, like, is she Guyanese? Like, what is she?
Where's she from? Her vocals crazy. All right. Tell me something no one would guess about you.
So something that no one would guess about me is that as a child, I used to be fearful of the Channel 7 Eyewitness News theme song.
What? The Eyewitness News Channel 7 theme song, man.
Go back and
you used to be scared?
Watch. I don't know what was it about that helicopter that used to scare the shit out of me.
I've never heard an answer like that before.
And now I'm always the first to say a lot of weird shit.